Mama's in the living room watching Judge Judy. I'm in the kitchen eating leftover sushi, and she yells, "Oh, girl, you gotta hear this one." A man was arrested for running a theme park, and when they said, "Where's your license?" he said, "My dog ate it." Oh, you can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on her Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, "Girl, you gotta hear this one." Mama loves to laugh at how absurd life is, says it's all a comedy and I'm her audience. And I love the way she makes fun of the world. She said, "You'll never guess what's with their girlfriend. It was a man who didn't get us out of the bed. He said, I've been through hell and now I need some help. You just can't make this shit up. You just can't make this shit up." Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, "Girl, you gotta hear this one."
Hey everybody, I hope you are all doing well. It is Squid. Welcome back to my channel and happy frickin' Monday. And a happy frickin' Monday it is. What a damn night last night. Go Pack, go. Sorry, Rogers. I was really hoping for you to tear an Achilles or some shit like that. But you know. Anyway, I am pretty sure most of you know why we're here. I am almost positive that everybody has heard about these documents if you have not seen them for yourself. However, now you get to hear my sassy take on someone who just loves to make fun of bubbles. We will get to the first document or the second document first because it's quicker. Just for the sake of time management, because y'all girl got a concussion. So I'm feeling a little not so happy today. So hope everybody is doing well. We are going to get into this as quickly as we can. This is the first document, or the second document technically, but it's the December 17th hearing talking about the motion that we will get to in just a second. December 17th, 1:30 with Judge Grope. So just in case y'all want, aren't going to have a Merry Christmas, at least you'll get some freaking entertainment value out of it, because I know I fucking will. And if you are wanting to help out the channel, please hit the like button and share this stream. Our last couple streams, the last one I knew was going to get throttled by YouTube and ad limited based on the subject matter that we were discussing. However, the last HALE stream that I did last Tuesday with My Pretty and Spawn Trooper also got limited ad runs and throttled by YouTube because of what we ended up talking about. So if you are the kind of person who wants to send those super chats or Venmos or Cash Apps, today would be the day. Also, if you would be ever so kind, I dropped my first, I did my first live stream yesterday on my other channel. And if you didn't check that out, please go check it out and subscribe. That is my passion project. That's my baby. This is where I get to make fun of bubbles. and talk about weird, random, and hard to talk about cases all over the country. That channel is my passion project. It is my baby. It is my college degree, my professional certifications, and my reason for wanting to do YouTube in the first place. This was just an April Fool's joke that worked out. That is my heart, my soul. I have goals for that channel, big goals. I have downloads ready to go. I just got to hit the, I just got to basically hit publish on those that you'll be able to download from our videos. First video will be up the first Wednesday in November. So not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. That is my baby, my passion project. Uh-oh. And my child wants a little bit of attention. My child wants a snack, and of course she wants a snack. Not when I ask her if she wants a snack, but right when I'm ready to do stuff. So, mama mode, engaged. I will be back. I love you guys. All right, I am back. So here we go with this December 17th. And let me get into saying hi to the chat, since I kind of got straight to the point today. I've been recording a video on the SCORE Act for this channel, and that should be out this Wednesday. Maybe. Gail, let's see. Who all is here? Timothy, 15 days streak working, so I'm working and lurking. Drive safe. Bearded Man Steve, thanks for being early. Roy, hope the wife is well. Yes, please remember to like and share and hit that like button, because your girl is trying to make it to 5K. We've stepped up our game a little bit. We've stepped up our game a little bit, but it's not. We're a work in progress. And Saturday, girl took home some hardware. So, no. I took home some hardware. My partner and I finished third. He killed it for doing his first ever competition, first ever Olympic lifts while people are watching. I hit 105-pound clean front squat, hang clean complex. So we're doing good. Ammo's girl, good to see you, Gail. Living life. I hope you are doing okay. Frankie Fuzzface, happy Monday. I can start. You're here. Good. You have to admit Randy's last filing is hilarious. Yeah, we are going to get into that. It's gonna be a afternoon just lurking today. Thanks for lurking. All things considered, I'd rather be here in Minnesota watching the leaves fall. It's kind of cold outside today. It was cold is relative. It's 60 degrees outside, but it is what it is. All right. Let's get into this interesting times, shall we say. And Fallen Hero, thanks for being a member for 2 months. It's awesome. I still can't believe I'm blessed enough to just YouTube and try to make a living doing YouTube and being a stay-at-home mom. Like, strange little badger. Thanks, liked and shared on Twitter, hon. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Bruce Matskin, alias supervillain the meddler. Oh, bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Oh my goodness. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. That's all I can say, because there's literally, just when you think that this dude cannot get any just when you think this dude can't get any lower or weirder or more bizarre, anything like that, here we are. And we will discuss it, because it's a thing. It's just a thing. Southern Red Sox girl, thanks for being a member for 3 months. Oh, 3 months of free gifts. It's been an amazing ride. And I'm going to do on this channel Monday through Thursday regular live streams. Friday will either be a bonus stream if something weird, crazy, or interesting that I want to talk about comes up, and or a members only type of situation. So it'll be one of the two, depending on how we're feeling. But with the holidays coming, it's kind of like I want that day open just for family stuff in case that it needs to be done. Valley View News, thanks for being a member for 2 months. Glad to be here. Look at all these green chats. And Roy, member for holy shit, it's been over a year. I'm like thinking Sarah Boone last year was about the time. Carly Gregg, Sarah Boone was about the time we got monetized. So it's like, holy goodness. 13 months. What a wild ride it's been. I'm happy to be here. All right. And Spawn, if you ever want to archive first place in Stupidville, contact Bruce Matskin for instruction. Oh yeah, it's definitely an interesting experience. I don't know. And like I said, like I don't usually talk about the state cases. However, because they were not okay, I talk about what's interesting to me and what I find interesting because I talk about a lot of cases. I can only put so much on the plate at one time. So the state cases were never really, because I'm friends with one of the defendants in that case, I was kind of like staying out of it because, you know, I don't like to get personally involved. However, Bubbles interjected himself, and everybody knows I never miss my opportunity to make fun of Bubbles. Because once you talk about my kid, you can pretty much, we can pretty much just, all bets are off on what I'm going to do. So, talking about this is our next situation. And I'm going to change to this. There we go. And we're going to make this a little bigger. There we go. Like I said, we're doing some upgrades on the channel. But me being a tech boomer, the upgrades, I have to get used to making them look coherent and seamless. Be careful, you say it could bite you in the butt. I keep repeating this on different channels. That is true. But that is why we don't talk. That is why I don't personally involve myself in shit, and you will never, with the exception of 2 people, know how I feel about anybody on the internet. There are people in my chat, even, who I'm sure do not like me. But they're here anyway. There are people who we don't agree with, or I don't agree with, who are in this chat. And guess what? We're fine. But with the exception of Bruce and the flea bag, we will never know. We will never know. Be careful with who you bite. Be careful who you bite in the butt or something. What's up, Angel? You already had 2. You can't have any more, okay? You can't have any more. Girl. Alrighty. Getting to the one that we are so interested in covering. Motion to strike unauthorized communications and for sanctions for unauthorized practice of law. Maybe karma will finally knock on someone's door. Because I've always said, and I always say this, not just a YouTube thing, in life, karma is a feisty bitch and she always collects her debts. Sometimes it takes a while, but Angel, there's nothing in there for you. No, that's garbage. Can you go throw that in the garbage for mommy? No. So, somebody wants to talk today. Yes, and Gail, I always say it, and I am not one to usually tell people who they can and can't talk to, but just as a CYA, I am not condoning anything that goes on in any social media and or emails or anything like that. Just because certain people were in my chat, do not contact. I am not endorsing that shit. I do have my I don't like to play my disclaimer because of the fact that I think that we're all adults here, but like I will if I have to, but do not contact anybody. And Kasha, thanks for the $2 super chat for baby Squid. Thank you. Kasha, my stream on the Schultz trial that was supposed to start today, and the YouTube did not like it, and basically it's a demonetized video. So it's a demonetized video, and it has gotten 2 views since Friday. So YouTube is not on my side right now. So if y'all can help me out, that would be great. Squid, you call me an adult. Well, it's all relative. Age and mentality can be 2 different things. All right, but this might be karma. Karma. All right, Jeremy Hales, by and through undersigned counsel, hereby files this motion to strike unauthorized communications and for sanctions for unauthorized practice of law, and in support thereof states as follows. And I have skimmed this, but I have not read it word for word, so you are getting my first reactions. Because I hear things, but remember on this channel, we don't go by what we hear, we go by what we see. This motion seeks to bring the court's attention to that ex parte communications, including emails and possibly other filings, are being sent to the court in this case from an out-of-state attorney who is not licensed to practice law in Florida and has not been admitted pro hoc vice in this matter. These unauthorized communications constitute the unauthorized practice of law in violation of the rules regulating the Florida bar and potentially prejudice the proceedings in this matter. I love this. Factual background. Michelle Preston is currently pro se and is being represented by Bruce Matskin, who is not licensed to practice law in Florida. And I like Randy. And this is the ex parte communication aside. This is quite the accusation to hurl at another lawyer. So I'm loving to say this is going to be an interesting. And hi, John Cook, the other one. Hi, said I'm from Pennsylvania. My real name is John Cook. Sorry, don't think I'm that foul man from Florida. So that is the John Cook that is the Ozarks, John. No, not the Ozarks, the crap. I know the area in Pennsylvania. I just can't think of it right now. But yes, John Cook with the blue background. And John, I hate to say it, but you really need to put a picture there, just to make it extra clear. I'll be so glad when this is all before the court. It's getting ridiculous now. I'll need to go to jail for a long time. And it's like just Poconos. Thank you. I knew what I wanted to say. It's just what you want to say and what you don't. And what you can say when you're talking to 268 people is a little different. Remember, my two fears in life were public speaking and reading out loud. I know, make it make sense. So here we are. All right. Upon information and belief, Bruce Matskin is licensed to practice law in the states of Connecticut and Massachusetts, but is not a member of the Florida Bar. Bruce Matskin has sent emails to the court and parties in this case and may have prepared legal documents filed in this matter. See attached. And that's the thing. I don't know Florida law. I am not a lawyer. I have never claimed to be a lawyer, nor does anybody think that I'm a lawyer. If you know, you know. However, I believe that I have heard and seen the statute where if you are represented, if you're getting free legal advice, you have to put the name of the lawyer that's helping you. She's put on there, prepared with the assistance of an attorney, but has not put the actual name of the attorney, which I don't think is legal. Don't quote me. However, I believe that is what I have read, that you need to put the name of the attorney. You can get free legal advice, but go to your settings, click on your little icon in the corner of your screen, and it'll kind of guide you through it. All right. No Florida licensed attorney has appeared as counsel of record for Michelle Preston in this case. It's weird. Oh, it's interesting that they're calling her Michelle in this document, but whatever. Since Preston's prior Florida counsel, Scott Stark, died in August of 2025. Rest in peace. In fact, at a recent case management conference in this matter, Preston appeared pro se, even though her bankruptcy attorney, Jerome Ramsarin, appeared specifically advised the court he was not appearing in this matter. Bruce Matskin has not filed a motion for appearance pro hoc vice pursuant to Rule 1.2 of the Florida Rules of General Practice and Judicial Administration. Bruce Matskin has not been granted pro hoc vice admission by this court. Squid, you're speaking to a camera. There's no public in your room. Yes, but the internet is forever, so it kind of seems like it. And in fact, I have an easier time talking to the camera when I know y'all are on the other side talking back than when I'm recording a video. I'm getting better, I think, but not, it's still weird. Legal argument. Florida Bar Rule 4-5.5 prohibits attorneys not admitted to practice in Florida from establishing an office or other systematic and continuous presence in Florida for the practice of law, or from holding out to the public or otherwise representing that they are admitted to practice law in Florida. Rule 4-5.5 further prohibits non-Florida lawyers from practicing law in Florida unless they meet specific exceptions, such as being admitted pro hoc vice or pro hoc vices, because you know Latin's not my thing, and I miss legal vices. Or working in association with a Florida licensed attorney who actively participates in the matter. Is there, Heather? I know what he was trying to. He wasn't being rude about it. I get it. I don't understand what he was trying to say. It's just sometimes the pep talk. There's no public in your room. I get it, but still. So basically, BBB failed to ask permission to speak and put it in military terms. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, and Heather, if you check out the new channel, I have a surprise for you if you didn't already know what my name was. Because I use my real name on my real first name on my other channel. So, just checking in, back to lurking. Good to see you. All right. It would be one thing if he, I don't know, he just seems to put himself into situations where he just does not belong. Shelly Huckabee, thanks for being a member for 3 months. Randy may have more evidence than we know. That is true. That is true. I'm just saying from a layperson's perspective that when you put, I believe I have read somewhere, I just can't remember where. When you put prepared with the free assistance of an attorney, you have to put the name of that attorney according to Florida law. Like I said, don't quote me on that. This is just a layperson's perspective, but I believe that I've read that. So, oh yes, I have a second channel because YouTube's algorithm does not like when you talk about drama and legal and this, and you don't have to niche down on YouTube, but there are certain settings, and I'm learning when I upload a video that there are certain settings that I can change, that if I upload a video that's not on my normal talking points, I can unclick it and unclick this setting and it will get pushed out to different people. However, that other channel is a complete niche. That is what I want to start a business in. So that is my, that's what I went to college for. I have a degree in, as an occupational therapy assistant. I have certifications as a lymphedema therapist and a corrective exercise specialist, which is a civilian or like non-medical, almost like a personal trainer for people for corrective exercise. So that is my, I started that a week or two ago. I have a trailer and one live stream. But starting next month, there will be at least one live and one video a week. So it will be, I will have PDFs that y'all can download on the talking points in the videos. We will do Q&As. It's a whole thing. So that instead of trying to get this channel and talk about 800 million different topics, that is a complete topic of its own. That is my passion project, my baby. I'm hoping to get that channel monetized sometime next year. So if one of my mods can drop the link to that other channel, it's called Evidence Through Motion. It is my passion project. If y'all can go over there and subscribe and hit the like button on that live stream. And also there's a community post up with, there'll be a weekly poll question for you guys. So if y'all could help me out on that channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah. Paragraph 11 is where it gets interesting. It constitutes the unlicensed practice of law for an out-of-state attorney to write letters making arguments to a court in Florida on behalf of a client without first obtaining pro hoc vice status. And the thing about that is, how, as a lawyer, to me as a layperson, and I'm pretty sure to most of you as lay people, not attorneys, not legal clerks or paralegals or anything like that, you can look at that and be like, that's weird. Why would an attorney licensed in Massachusetts and Connecticut be sending emails on behalf of a client in Florida to a Florida judicial clerk or judicial assistant? Like, it does not, it does not, you can look at it from an outsider's perspective and be like, there's some shady shit going down here, you know? So why someone who went to law school and passed not one, but 2 bars, why would they think that that's a good idea? Unless someone has completely lost their marbles. It's one thing to just be a dick. It's not illegal to be an asshole. But I think I'm thinking there's some screws loose or some marbles that were lost somewhere, because I don't understand, and I will never understand this from any perspective, not just from this case, how you let your hatred for one person overwhelm your common sense. You see it every day. It's called TDS. Jeremy derangement syndrome, JDS. Like, you let your hatred for one person take your common sense. And I mean, Bruce graduated from law school. He passed 2 bars. I don't think he's a stupid man. However, when you let your hatred for one person corrupt your whatever sense of decency you had as a person, I don't know. This is weird. This is just weird. It's not just illegal, it's weird. Florida law requires attorneys not admitted to practice in Florida must either be admitted pro hoc vice or to be members of the Florida bar to engage in legal practice within the state. Seems kind of obvious to everybody, you know? 5 beers and 11 ounces short of a 6-pack. I mean, that sounds about right. Hey, Andrea, just popping in. Did I miss your birthday? If I did, happy belated. Yeah, it was last month. How have you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Is it hate or greed? Well, see, you're not gaining anything from this, because, like, if you had like a sense, like, I don't know, to me, like, if you had common sense and you weren't letting your hatred and your emotions over consume you or all consume you, you would realize that like or hate Jeremy is not an issue. The facts of the case are what's an issue. I could hate somebody. I could absolutely hate a person and still look at their case and be like, yeah, the facts are, you know, I've had defendants where I've been like, I don't like this person at all. Like, I think they're a shitty person, you know, like that. But then you look at the facts of their case and you're like, okay, they have some points. You don't have to like somebody to admit that the facts are on their side. So I will never understand how someone lets their hatred, or people let their hatred for one individual override their common sense. It's just, I just don't understand. Well, yeah, I can see that, but it's like, if you like the attention, do what other people have done. Start YouTube channels for things. And you know how many YouTube channels have popped up just from people talking about this case and only this case, and not really ever talking about anything different than this case? Like, I had a channel before this case, and I would really like to have a channel, 2 channels actually, after this case. So it's just, if you want attention, start a YouTube channel. Like, that's what a lot of people do. I'm pretty sure that's why half of YouTube exists, is people just looking for an outlet to talk. Squid, truth has nothing to do with like or dislike. Exactly. And it's just, but if he was just trying to get rich, greed, so it has to be attention, because greed you would look at this case and be like, I'm not touching that thing with a 10-foot pole wrapped in a, just saying. Hi, Dog Cody, good to see you. I'm Squid for life. I appreciate that. Like I said, I had a channel before this. It was small. I had like 600 people before I started talking about this case. So my channel did blow up, and I'm grateful for that. Like, I will never not be grateful for that situation. However, had content before, have other content now, and will continue to make other content after. In Zettler v. Ehrlich, Florida's 3rd District Court of Appeals, 1980, the court held that a letter submitted by an out-of-state attorney who was not admitted to practice law in Florida or admitted pro hac vice could not be treated as an authorized pleading under Florida law. The court emphasized that actions amounted to the unauthorized practice of law, as the attorney was not authorized to represent a party in Florida courts without proper admission. And that seems like common sense. Common sense, I know, isn't common these days. However, you just look at it and be like, maybe that's something that you would want to, yeah. It, like Laura Owens, it's trippy too. Like, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. Like, there's just there's cases all over the country that you just look at them and you go, huh? So, oh, and speaking of cases all over the country that make you go, huh? Tomorrow morning we will be going over. I'll be doing an extra live stream because in 20 minutes, Tyler Robinson out in Utah, the accused Charlie Kirk assassin, has a hearing in 20 minutes. So because we're talking about this today, I will do probably a special live stream tomorrow at like noon to talk about that case. Similarly, in Galcop v. Galcop, same Florida's 3rd District Court of Appeals, 1980, the court ruled that a letter submitted by an individual who's not a member of the Florida Bar or admitted pro hac vice was a nullity and could not constitute an authorized pleading. The court reiterated that appearances before Florida courts must be made by members of the Florida Bar, an attorney admitted pro hac vice, or a party representing themselves in a proper person. Like if, a pro hac vice from, like, say Larry came down and represented himself. He's not stupid enough to represent himself. You notice in the federal cases, the only people that have attorneys in federal too are the attorneys. It's not an accident. Florida Bar Rule 4-5.5C2 further clarifies that an attorney admitted in another jurisdiction may provide legal services in Florida on a temporary basis only if the services are reasonably related to a pending or potential proceeding and the attorney is authorized by law or order to appear in the proceeding. Seems like common sense. Without such authorization, the attorney's actions would be considered the unlicensed practice of law. I am loving whoever wrote this, whether it was Doreen or it was Randy. I am loving how many times they are reiterating to the judge, unlicensed practice of law. Unlicensed practice of law. It's like point it out wherever you can and just put it in the judge's brain. Always. Just that, every time you get the chance, unlicensed practice, remember this is unlicensed practice. Not just explaining it, but keep that same phrase over and over again, because the more times the judge hears it, I heard you had me here and wanted an appearance. Common sense. You're not so common, but it's good to have you here. I like having common sense. I don't always have common sense. Sometimes I lose it too. But, but this is also why we need people around us. And it's not just the person. It's the support system. It's friends, family, people who, when you start to get a little bit out of your mind or out of pocket, so to speak, you have people that are like, what the hell are you doing? I have 3 in particular that I talk to damn near every day that are, you're getting a little, how about you bring yourself back down? And then those are people I know in person. Then I have more friends in person who will also tell me to get my shit back together. And then I have people like my pretty Spawn, other people who I've met through YouTube, that when I start to get a little crazy talk, they're like, slow your roll, bitch, slow your roll. So it's not about it. This is Levy County, Terry. This is Levy County. This is the only reason we're talking about this is because this is Bruce meddling. So it brings something that I love talking about, making fun of Bruce, into a case that I wasn't really talking about because, I mean, it wasn't really interesting to me in the sense of it was a little too personal because I'm friends with one of the defendants, but when Bubbles reared his ugly head and stuck his nose where it didn't belong, Levy County sounds so like an expose documentary. I mean, I'm sorry for anybody who actually does live in Levy County. Levy County seems like the county that I used to live in Georgia, not this county, but the other county where people just like to be left the fuck alone. You live in a rural part of the state. You just like to be left the fuck alone. And their town is famous or infamous for all the wrong things right now. I do not call her. No, he doesn't. But I do tell you to get your ass back on topic. Yes, you do. And Unhung Hero, thanks for being a member for 13 months. Back on the grid after having downtime in Door County. You went to Door County for your honeymoon? Oh my God. I bet that was gorgeous this time of year. Gorgeous. I love Door County. If you don't know, Door County is north of Green Bay. It is like where all the wineries are. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And Unhung Hero, thank you for the 20 gifted Squid Pro Club memberships. You always turn in the chat green. And if you guys don't know, say congratulations to Unhung Hero because he is now Mr. and Mrs. Unhung Hero. They tied the knot and had their honeymoon. Yeah, he got the train back on the tracks. Yeah. Thought this one was for the Fed cases, maybe the bankruptcy. No, these came out on Friday. These are a result of Bubbles' emails to the judicial assistant for the judge. So it's thanks for the $2 super chat. Unhung here. I'll send a couple pics in Discord. Sounds good. All right. Florida bar. Without such authorization, the attorney's actions would be considered unlicensed practice of law. God, I love saying that. See, this case, the Wyndham Vacations Resorts, Florida 6th District Court of Appeals, 2023. Infosystems Associates v. Future World Inc., Florida 4th District Court of Appeals, 2013. This means an out-of-state attorney, like Matskin, must obtain pro hoc vice status before engaging in any legal representation, including submitting arguments to a Florida court to avoid violating Florida's rules against the unauthorized practice of law. God, I love that they keep repeating that. And I'm sorry that I keep repeating that, y'all, but I love that they keep repeating that. Yeah, this is from Bubbles putting his schnoz where it doesn't belong. The Florida Rules of General Practice and Judicial Administration require that a foreign attorney seeking to appear in a Florida court must file a verified motion for pro hoc vice admission. This motion must include specific information such as the attorney's jurisdiction of licensure, disciplinary history, and pro hoc vice appearances in Florida. Is there any reason that he might not have wanted to put in for pro hoc vice status in this case? I mean, just because he did in the Northern District of Florida for the federal cases, you have to do it for every case in every court system. But I remember something notable happening between the time where he put in for pro hoc vice status in the Northern District of Florida and recently. Just saying. So it's disciplinary history. Just sounds kind of interesting. And the other John Cook is here. There's 2 John Cooks in chat right now. So when you were responding to each of them, remember which one you're talking to. And Juliet Morgan, thank you so much for the $1.99 or £1.99 super sticker. I appreciate you so much. And I really do appreciate all the gifts and the super chats and the gifted memberships and the memberships and all of that. So why is he yet again injecting himself into this? Yeah, I do. If I knew, this would be so much easier to understand. And that's part of the reason I like talking about it, is because I don't get it. Mr. Squid doesn't give a shit. It's not his thing. So for y'all, I like discussing it with other people who may have ideas of why this is happening that I don't. Sweet Raids 007, lurking and listening. Now as a new member. Thank you, Unhung Hero. And thanks for lurking and listening. I appreciate it. It's this is, I think they're trying to get mistrials. And in a way, in a way, and that, yeah, I saw that he has a photo next to his name now. Otter Creek John has the purple circle in the J. I know. I was just letting the court or the chat know that they were both here, so that, because sometimes things have been said to the other John Cook, the one from the Poconos, that was meant for the one, and I don't want anybody to get their feelings hurt based on a comment that wasn't meant for them. Just, why? Because he needs to evaluate it for mental competency. And I have said this long before this case. I have said this for at least since 2019 or 2020, that I have friends who have had exes that act like Amber Heard. And I have said, at least in family courts, that a psychological screening, not a full eval, but just a screening, need to be done when lawsuits are filed. This is before this, so don't think that my opinion on this or is from this case. It's kind of my opinion is only reinforced because of this case. But I think if you're going to file a lawsuit, you need a cognitive and or psychological screening I think it would cut down on the number of frivolous lawsuits. Because I'm sure if my friend's ex would have gotten a psychological screening, she would have been referred for a full eval and possibly a personality disorder. Because there is some not right shit there. But what do I know? And Rob Pate, thanks for the 20 Squid Pro Quo memberships. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are amazing. Like, you get it all the time. It's good. Yeah, but just because you get it all the time doesn't mean you need it here. So this is the judgment-free zone. You flunked your personality test. All right. Without such a motion and subsequent approval by the court, the attorney's actions, including sending emails related to the case and preparing legal documents, constitute the unauthorized practice of law. And got it? I really hope Randy has good evidence for this, because we all believe and we all have we all have ideas on what we think is happening. However, that being said, there's the difference between what we know or what we think we know and what we can prove. That's always the fine line with the court system. It's not always about what you know, it's about what you can prove. So I'm seriously hoping that Randy has some damn good evidence. Yes, the emails enough are going to get Deuce goes in more trouble. Oh, yes. Yeah, I and there's always more that they know that we don't, which is why I hate people that get on the internet and talk about stuff with no insight at all. Like you see conspiracy theories about the Charlie Kirk issue. You see a lot of people coming up with conspiracy theories that don't know the legal system and cannot separate the fact that just because Charlie Kirk was a well-known figure, he's still a private citizen. That's still a state case. You're not going to know all the evidence that the state has until court. It's just not going to happen. So that's why I stick to documents, because I'm like, it's what the court sees. It's not a question. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's what the court's actually seeing. Yes, ability to prove is paramount. And Gail, thanks for being a member for 12 months. I have the best boss. And I appreciate all my mods. Y'all know, like, being mods is basically working for free. So I appreciate that y'all are with me on this journey, but still down to earth and not, y'all don't get power trippy just because you have a different color name. I appreciate you guys so much. And if I ever forget to tell you, I'm sorry. Yeah, Flea deleted over 200 videos, so she's innocent. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm just the thing is, like, if you didn't think you did anything wrong, then don't like. What's the problem with going in and defending yourself? There's been a lot. But yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, and deletion is futile when people screen record screenshots. Like, it's just any innocent person would not have to delete anything, just saying. Most of the time. At most, they'd have nothing to fear. Because if you didn't do anything wrong, then what are you scared of? The unauthorized practice of law is a serious matter that undermines the integrity of the judicial process and the Florida Bar's authority to regulate the practice of law in this state. I certify under these facts involving a non-party, conferral prior to the filing is not required under Rule 1.202. Wherefore, Jeremy Hales respectfully requests that this court 1. Strike all communications, including emails and any legal documents sent or prepared by Bruce Matskin in this case. 2. Enter an order prohibiting Bruce Matskin from further communications with this court or parties in this case until properly admitted pro hoc vice or associated with the Florida Council. 3. Require Michelle Preston to identify the name of any non-licensed Florida attorney who drafts paperwork on her behalf, which is then submitted. Come on, y'all know I get a little grammarly Yahtseed. Because if you're gonna write a really good motion, I had an English teacher, y'all. I'm so sorry. I had an English teacher in high school, and that high school was 21 years ago. But he would grade, and if he found stupid mistakes, his brain would work harder to find things wrong with your papers. Because they were stupid mistakes that you should have learned to fix in 5th grade. So for some reason, that mentality has stuck with me. And when I see grammar mistakes and spelling mistakes, from someone who has an advanced degree, I get very, like, I start getting nitpicky about shit after that. Sorry, it's my personal, like, it's one of the reasons that it takes me so long to put out, like, PDFs or anything that I want to do, because I'm so, like, nitpicky about shit. I can't help it. It's been ingrained in me for 20 plus years. Consider referring this matter to the Florida Bar for investigation of the unauthorized practice of law and grant such other relief as the court deems just and proper. Respectfully submitted, Randy Shockett. Eesh. All right, and Sleepwatcher, thanks for the $10 super chat. Good day, Miss Squid. Good day to you too. It's good to see you. I know you lurk, but it's good to see you in chat every now and then. I have an advanced degree of stupidity. I highly doubt that. I had an English teacher who would drop you a letter grade for each instance of a preposition at the end of a sentence. Ouch. Like, have you heard about the new Florida bar called Lips, Chips, and Bubbles? Bubbles and Saran Wrap Bar and Grill. They're the dumbest lawyers that have inserted themselves into this case. I thought it was Lips, Chips, Bubbles, Saran Wrap Bar, and Mac and Cheese store. So we just got done discussing that there's going to be a hearing on December 17th for this motion right here, and we just got done with the 6-page motion from Jeremy talking about the unauthorized practice of law. What we do have, I don't have that. I know where, like, when I go on to Kentucky court's website, like, I don't have the actual, you can't click on anything. There's no online documents. So anything that I get will either have to be calling the clerk of court, which I haven't had the time to do, because somebody decided to headbutt me and give me a concussion. So I didn't get the opportunity to do that, or have to come from Larry himself, and I have not talked to him. So, my mom was the grammar police of our neighborhood. Yeah, that's kind of me. I'm of the thought process of, I know people who didn't go to college who are very, very intelligent people and don't make stupid mistakes on shit. And with the world these days, people thinking that if you didn't go to college, you're stupid. Not everybody thinks like that, but if you go on TikTok, you'll see, well, I have a college degree. Well, the college degree apparently does not make you smart. So what's amusing is people posting the Ohio court records. It's sealed by the judge, contempt against the judge. Yeah. I did hear Shizzy talking about a little bit of that. Yeah, actually, I woke up with it's covered up by makeup, but I have a nice little knot right here because someone decided that they wanted to play yesterday, and the back of their head went into my temple. So I woke up with a pretty bad headache. So just stopping by to say hello. Hi, Gabby. If I remember right, Jeremy stated that the judge ordered Bubbles to appear in Florida. Yeah, I would hope so. Did you see who unboxed Shizzy's shiny helmet? Hi. Hugs to you too. All right. Let's get into. This is the emails. We did talk about the emails on a prior show. I'm going to remove these just so I can see if there's anything new, because I don't want to show people's emails, because yeah, college can actually make people stupid. Yeah, that's true too. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just checking my security camera. I might have to go I might have to go be that guy. If this kid gets any closer to my back door, we're gonna have a South Georgia showdown. Somebody I know actually did that the other day. They were up very early in the morning and heard someone trying to open their car door. So they went outside, locked and loaded, and scared the shit out of 3 or 4 kids. Went outside, didn't turn the light on for outside until they were actually outside. So they were within 10 feet of the kids who were currently trying to break into their car. And they had the pew pew ready to go. Just saying. Yeah, we called it a come to Jesus meeting. Yeah, some kids almost met Jesus the other day when trying to break into someone's car when they are awake. Is not. I'm gonna see if there's anything, because I did not go through and redact these like I did for the other. Yeah, it sounds like come to Jesus meeting time. Yeah, doesn't it? Oh, it's just a kid, but it's just a kid that it's just a kid that needs to stay in their own lane, so to speak. Because it's not, because I know the kids around here, and it's not a kid that lives here. Because the kids in this neighborhood are pretty damn good kids. From the toddlers to the teenagers. I've never had an issue with these kids or any of the kids in this neighborhood. However, that kid, I saw their face from 2 different angles because my whole house is surrounded by cameras. My whole house is surrounded by cameras, and that kid don't live here. So, you know. All right, these are still all the order. It's the same thing that we talked about on last week's stream with ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am. Sorry, y'all. Get down.
No.
Somebody is.
Hi. Hi.
Somebody is thinking she's funny and taking the camera from its stand. Angel, girl, she's touching my damn camera, y'all. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this the fancy way. Welcome to my house. So I am not seeing anything in here that we hadn't already seen last week, and I believe that is why my stream got throttled back, is because we were talking about these and reading them. However, it's nothing new. Yeah, it is nothing new. So I am not showing it because of the fact that we did talk about it last week, and I'm not one to talk about the same things over and over again. I did something different. Because I'm recording videos and I don't like to look up at the camera, I have my camera on a tripod between my 2 monitors. However, that being said, she's messing with the product here. So that's the problem. Now that I'm recording or trying to record more videos, my setup is not baby squid friendly. So yeah, attacking the 3-foot squidlet. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm back. Hobbs wants to take me out to dinner. Had to get dressed and make my face look better. Yeah, I actually straightened my hair today. However, it's not washed. So this is like day 4 hair. This is post-competition hair. So it's hey, Alfie, I love the real family interactions. Yeah, I keep it real. Like, the one thing I am not good at is being fake. I always joke that I don't lie because my cognition is so bad that I can't remember what I lied about. So my parents always told me when I was little, like, it's better not to lie because that way you don't have to keep up with a story that you probably can't remember. That's kind of what I'm dealing with here. Like, I can't remember I can't remember half the time what I'm talking about. So there's no sense in lying when I won't be able to remember what I lied about. So we're real. For better or for worse, this is me. This is the craziness that is my life. It is what it is. Like, as soon as we're done here, I have 3 loads of laundry to fold. So we just keep it real. Like right now, I have the score act up. The video that I'm recording for this week that I told you guys that I would record last week and didn't because I was prepping for the competition in a bad pain week. It's oh, Jim would disagree with you. How many reps did you do? So if y'all want to see the really bad workout, like, I am not skinny at all and I have so much work to do. But like, some of these videos are like, oh God, I look bad. However, we came in 3rd. These were the workouts. And right now I'm going to bring these up, but I'm going to check the docket for the federal court. So these were the 4 workouts that we did. So it's a hard time. I wanted to go to the gym this morning, but I had such a bad headache. I was talking to the gym owner this morning because instead of unclicking myself or signing myself up for the class and canceling my reservation for class, I accidentally signed in. And once you sign in, you can't unsign in. So I had to go and message her that, like, hey, I signed in for a class that I'm not going to be there. Like, I'm sorry. And she asked me what was up, and I told her, and she's like, yeah, it sounds like you had a concussion. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't about to admit that, but I probably have a concussion. Not from Saturday, but from yesterday. When I was a kid, we only got into trouble if we lied. If we told on ourselves, we got into no trouble. I still got in trouble if I told on myself, but I got in a lot less trouble. So Squid, you can see a shadow bruise on your right temple area. Yeah, somebody decided that they didn't want to put pajamas on last night, and they went, boom. But I turned my head so that, because I kind of saw it coming, and I couldn't stop her. But I turned my head, and she got me with the back of her head right here. It's like, nope. It's but you were showing your shoulder, it all evens out. My shoulder is not as good looking as Rosalind's though, so don't judge me. But it's a thing. Mr. Squid didn't want jammies. He wanted family time. It was a little. That is. Oh crap. Oh my God, Spawn, help me. Oh, that's DJ Radis. Oh. Sorry, I was having a moment. Take your phone and turn record when you work out. Take us with you. No editing, just set up. And I've recorded a couple. Yeah, I couldn't, like, my brain was like, my brain was fried. We're going to check the docket, the federal dockets, just to make sure we're on our same page here. Oh. Hey, Killdozer, how are you? And I am going to look up. Whoa. Pacer got weird. Pacer case locator. There we go. Like, Pacer is apparently not wanting to work right now. Hi, beautiful. There we go. Case locator. Here we go. And Ninja Puppy, thanks for the $1.99 super sticker. It's appreciated. All right. Let's see. Let's check the bankruptcy first. I didn't see anything new when I checked last time, but, you know. Yeah, just the certificates of mailing, which was the same thing that was done in July when she first filed it, kind of restarting that whole situation again. Federal 2. Nope. Crap. Docket report. 125. And I try to check this as little as possible because all the documents I have, 99.9% of them I paid for myself. There is the occasion that somebody sends me something, but for the most part, I get all the documents on Pacer by myself. So I try not to check every day, in the sense of, y'all, we're balling on a budget here. So 10 cents a page, we're balling on a budget. And there are no, the status report is the last thing filed in federal 1. There's nothing new in any of the federal cases. However, let's just check one more. I forgot to check federal 3. Just because, see if anybody, nope, nothing since September. All right, so nothing in any of the federal cases have been filed. I currently don't have the have Larry's response to Bubbles. It is not online. It might be, you might be able to access it if you're a lawyer, but me not being a lawyer, I have to call up the courthouse. So I am going to call this one a day because somebody wants to play with her musical instruments, which means it's going to get loud. And it's keep an eye out for it. It's 32 pages. I've already filed it by Dave. It's on the federal case. I will keep an eye out. Thanks for, ooh, girl, we gotta go change your butt. You stand. Yep. Ooh, she bit my hand. So I appreciate she's taking this and literally, girl, you're getting awfully close to my monitor. You're getting awfully close to my monitor. Sorry. Nope. You want water? You have water. You weren't drinking it. All you did was hit it. And in that, but she hit my hand. Ow. So I do want to kind of show you guys the new channel real quick. Because you know, we are before we go, we will show the new channel. Holy crap, 135 subscribers. So this is my new channel. Oh, silly. You're beautiful, but you're silly. At least it's not a cowbell. Yeah, we're no Mississippi State. TV. Oh, She's innocent until proven guilty. I haven't seen her doing nothing. I love you guys. Oh my goodness. So this is my new channel. This is what I've been working on. This is my and I'm wearing the same shirt I wore in that picture I took. This is my new channel. So this is the description. See? If Heather's still here, I use my real name. So I'm just gonna read you all the she has one. She just, you know. I'm an occupational therapy assistant, corrective exercise specialist, passionate about helping people move better, think critically in more ways than one, and age confidently. Here we go beyond the headlines, unpacking health studies, exploring government policies that shape wellness, and turning evidence into action. So we'll have a weekly video on Wednesdays, an upload or a live stream at 11 a.m. every Sunday. Then probably a couple shorts, a community post at least once a week, maybe twice, getting y'all's input, because at the end of the day, this is the community. Yes, baby. Okay, we'll go change. Yeah, we'll go change. Can you go put this back and we'll go change? Okay. So I appreciate y'all for helping me with my passion project. On this channel, tomorrow, for Patty and the Seeker, we will be discussing all of these things in a deeper, kind of more dramatic tone. I love you, boo-boo. Hold on, we'll go. And I have to go be a mom. Go to your room and get a diaper. Go to your room, get a diaper, and I'll meet you there. So I have to go do mama duties right now. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. And as usual, we're gonna eat. Bye guys. I'll see you tomorrow.